Welcome back, Interior Alaska. I hope you had a great weekend. Landon McBride here with you for your Monday Sports. The Ice Dogs finally played their last leg of their almost 2-month-long road trip over the weekend. There was 2 games against the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights. And in the first game of the weekend, the Knights got out in front late in the first. About 3 minutes into the second period, the Ice Dogs knotted the game at 1 when Mark Sullivan lit the lamp with assists from Tanner Shackle and Hampus Eriksson. After that goal, it was all Knights. They scored 2 more times in the second frame to take a 3-1 lead, and they would score another by knocking the puck into an empty net with 1.5 minutes left in the game. The Ice Dogs dropped the first game 4-1. Both teams had low shot totals in this one, but the Ice Dogs did outshoot the Knights 14-12. And in the second game, the Knights got out in front early again, scoring at the 12:23 mark of the first. Then late in the second, Ryan Kiro scored the equalizer unassisted. Early in the third, they would take a 2-1 lead when Nick Rogers scored unassisted as well. A little more than 13 minutes into the final frame, the Knights tied it back up, and then 5 minutes later, they would take the lead 3-2. For the second night in a row, the Knights score an empty netter, and they take the second game 4-2. Second game did not see the two teams take too many more shots than in the first. The totals were 18-19 in favor of the Knights. Josh Benson started in goal for the first game, and then Joshua Sarlo was in goal for the second. The Ice Dogs will finally have home games this weekend. They start a 3-game series with the Northeast Generals on Thursday, who the Ice Dogs swept in the middle of December. After picking up a double overtime win in the first game with Ferris State, the Nanooks got a shot to gain even more ground on them on Saturday. The Bulldogs came out firing after their loss in the first game, putting the first points on the board 49 seconds into the game. Gerald Mayhew scored for the Bulldogs in the first for the second game in a row. And at the 12:25 mark of the first period, Tyler Klein found Chad Staley, and he passed it back down the blue line to Taylor Munson. He hits the long wrister for his 3rd goal of the season, and the game is tied at 1. After allowing that first goal less than a minute into the game, Davis Jones locked down the net and did not allow another puck past him all night, despite facing 45 shots in this game. For the second night in a row, the game would head into overtime, and the Nooks didn't need near as much extra time in this game. With some help from Klein and Zach Fry, Danny Kiraly finds the back of the net for the game winner only 25 seconds into OT. Nanooks win the second game 2-1. Pick up 5 points on the weekend. They now have a 6-9, 3-3 record in the WCHA, and they are now in sole possession of 5th place in the conference. The Nanooks continue their road trip this weekend, and for the second week in a row, they will play the team sitting right in front of them in the standings. They will have 2 games with the Bowling Green Falcons starting on Friday. And it's Monday, which means it's time for another edition of the I-5. Here's a look at the top 5 plays from around the interior from last week.
For number 5, we go to some high school hockey. Landon Bartels picks up the loose puck in the corner. He turns and fires a shot. The puck sails over the goalie's pads and into the wide side of the net for the goal. For number 4, we head to the Lathrop basketball team. Chateau Reed comes up with the steal under his own basket, and he takes off. He avoids the defender trying to take a charge. Then he splits the defense and finishes with the reverse layup. Back to Monroe hockey for the number 3 play. Jacob House gets the pass and gets a quick shot off before the goalie can react. The puck slides under his pads for the score. It's Eielson's basketball team bringing you the number 2 play. Matthew Scarborough gets the ball, and he throws the lob all the way from half court. It finds Jeremiah Brown, and he gets the bucket on the sweet finish. More basketball for number 1. It's Jeremiah Handy with the ball as the 3rd quarter is ending. He rises up and hits the half-court shot to beat the buzzer.
The I-5 Sports Report is brought to you by Adient Orthopedic and Physical Therapy.
That's going to wrap up sports for tonight. Mike Schultz will have your full weather forecast after the break. We'll catch you next time.